Good morning, Brownsboro High School.
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 I am Jody Sutton. My last name was Webb in high school.
My name is Mario Ruiz.
I'm Airman First Class Tyler Thomason.
Technical Sergeant Joseph Wangler.
My name is Matthew Irwin.
My name is Matt Smiley.
My name is Amanda Morrison.
I graduated Brownsboro.
I graduated Brownsboro High School.
I graduated in 2013.
In 2014.
In 2000.
I'm a 2002 BHS graduate.
On 2017.
2017.
The class of 2014.
2013, and the following year I joined the United States Navy.
I joined the United States Air Force in January of 2014.
I joined the Air Force shortly after in 2003.
And I joined the United States Air Force on July 4th of 2016.
I joined the United States Army June 6, 2017.
2016, I joined the United States Air Force.
I'm currently stationed at Shaw Air Force Base in South Carolina. I'm in the 28th Operational Weather Squadron, and I'm a weather forecaster, attachment of the 20th Fighter Wing.
I am in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I have just finished my AIT, and I will soon be sent to South Korea in December.
I'm currently stationed at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, where I'm the Unit Deployment Manager for the 2nd Logistics Readiness Squadron.
I am stationed on the USS Nitsa. It's a guided missile destroyer here in Norfolk, Virginia.
I've served in Okinawa, Japan for the last 2.5 years or so, almost 3 years. And I just got orders to Travis Air Force Base, California, so I just made it out here. I just got here a couple months ago, like 2 months ago.
I'm currently stationed at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska.
And I am the company commander of Alpha Company, 1st 143rd, stationed in Austin, Texas.
My job is bosun mate. As an E4 in the Navy, you have a lot of responsibility. You're a supervisor, you take care of your people. As a bosun mate, I do a lot of big evolutions. As far as replenishment on the ship, water, fuel, oil, anything we need, we're in charge of those evolutions. Anchoring details, towing evolutions, small boat operations, search and rescue. We even drive the ship. We do a lot of stuff.
On a day-to-day basis, we give ground troops, ground units, and pilots weather forecasts and information on weather so that they can remain safe from the elements of the weather and make sure that they can carry out missions safely and successfully.
I'm security forces, so I'm a defender, and what I do is law enforcement, security. I've worked security for Usher. That's pretty cool. And I've also worked security for PL Resources, which is even cooler. Fighter jets. Those things are really cool, and I do a lot of law enforcement. I've seen a lot of things. I've met a lot of people. So that's kind of what I do every day. I check IDs to make sure that the people coming on our base are authorized to be there. And pumpkin patrol, because Halloween was recently. We did that. We make sure our neighbors are safe.
I joined the U.S. Army. The military has given me the ability to succeed and push through any obstacles life throws at me. Here's the message, all y'all. No matter your background, you can achieve the impossible, so don't be afraid to fail.
I am an air defense artillery crew member. My job is basically to protect the skies, to make sure no missile or aircraft that is in the area harms the people I am protecting or my fellow soldiers. I learned in the military that there's a lot of things I can't do myself. And I also learned to cherish the things that I had in my civilian life, and also that the many opportunities that this country can provide for me and my family. And just the great Army values that they taught us to respect ourselves and others, and to have integrity, and others along with that just helped build a great character inside of me. My message to the veterans that are in there right now, all I can say is thank you so much for your sacrifice that you gave for this great country. Nothing I say or nothing I do can truly ever repay for all the things you sacrificed. But hopefully I can do the job just as great as y'all did, and to make this country proud as we are all proud of you. And to my fellow students in Brownsboro, all I can say is to trust yourselves, to trust each other. Trust yourselves to make the right decisions, to have the integrity to do what is right, even when it's so easy to do the wrong thing. The strongest people are the ones who do the right thing. And to trust each other. I wouldn't be able to do the job I do today if I couldn't trust the people around me. I wouldn't want to get into a firefight with someone I didn't trust, someone that I knew didn't have my back. So trust those around you. Build that relationship, build that trust, and life will get a little bit easier than what it is. Thank you, Brown Squirrel. Have a good day. Go Bears.
Where I'm an ammo troop, and our job is we are responsible for missiles, bombs, and any other kind of munitions where we inspect them, maintain them, and keep them up and ready to go on the jets or to be used in protecting the base.
I've had the pleasure of traveling the world in this time. Completed 7 deployments to countries such as Iraq and Kuwait, Afghanistan and England, and 3 temporary duty assignments to Canada, Germany, and Hawaii. I've also traveled to 14 countries and 26 U.S. states during my service.
What inspired me to join? It's kind of a big question.
I joined the Air Force because I needed to do something better with my life. I was a recent college dropout, and I had no clear direction of where I was going. So a good friend of mine asked me to join the Air Force, and so I did.
I was inspired to enlist the Air Force by my family. They supported me from the very beginning. When I came home from school that day and said, "Hey, Mom, I think I want to join the Air Force," they were all for it. And the fact that they supported me in such a large decision in my life really made me feel like I could do this.
While I was in college, 9/11 happened. I saw a lot of the people that I knew sign up right away, but I promised my family that I would finish college. And during that time, I got the opportunity to intern for the House of Representatives. While I was there in Washington, D.C., I visited the Korean War Memorial and actually walked through those statues. It's actually statues of the platoon walking on patrol, and it sent chills down my spine. And I realized as soon as I graduated college, I'm gonna actually go sign up. So that's exactly what happened.
The older I got, the more I realized just exactly how much I enjoyed the privileges and the freedoms that I got to experience growing up in the United States. And I wanted to make sure that I do my part to make sure that those privileges and those freedoms remain ours for a long, long time.
I enlisted because I wanted to serve my country and be a part of something bigger than myself, and the Air Force has offered me just that opportunity.
I'd have to say it was my dad. My senior year, I broke my leg and I lost my ability to play sports. In that, I lost the motivation to even graduate high school. And I ended up myself in Doc's office a couple of times. And after a visit with Doc, I had a big, long talk with my dad. My dad actually asked me, what are you going to do? What's your plan after high school? What are you going to do to better yourself? And that was a golden question. What was I going to do? In the back of my mind, I always wanted to join the military. At one point, I had my mindset on the Army, and I didn't do it. So, I walked up to a recruiter's office, and here I am 4 years later.
Was that my life needed a change, and I knew that the military would help me make that change. I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. I also knew that I needed to be a part of something bigger than myself, something that had meaning, and I suppose that was my inspiration.
I've learned quite a few things since I joined the Air Force. One of them is not public speaking, so bear with me on that one. I'll probably have to take a class on that sooner or later. But so far I've learned that I have plenty of opportunities to further my education, as well as learn a lot of leadership skills. And I've learned a lot about myself and the way that I handle things, and I've learned a lot about how to handle different people from different cultures, because not everybody is just like I grew up from Texas. Worked with people from all over the country and some people from all over the world. I've had the opportunity to meet great people along my journey so far, and I can't wait to meet the rest of the people that I will meet over the next several years that I serve in the United States Air Force.
What have I learned about?
I've learned what I'm really made of.
Throughout my military experience, I learned that I can push myself a whole lot harder than I initially thought I could. Growing up, in Brownsboro playing football, baseball, basketball, and being involved with FFA and student council, you know, I thought I was, I guess, relatively tough for a high school kid. But honestly, when you get into the mix of things in the military and you start going through elite training, you realize that you're not the toughest kid on the block.
If there's anything that I learned while enlisted, it would definitely have to be how much I really appreciate my family and how much I really appreciate this country. I took both of those aspects of my life for granted way too often prior to enlisting. I guess when you don't really see your family for 6 to 8 months at a time, that's when you gain a respect for them like you never really would have prior to enlisting. As for my country, the freedoms and the privileges that we have, again, I didn't really appreciate them until those privileges were taken away from me. And I think several military people will tell you the same thing, that they have a greater respect for those freedoms now that they've served and sacrificed them.
I've learned a lot in my 14 years. The first being that I don't have all the answers, and more importantly, I never will have all the answers. And I feel that's true for just about everybody.
The strong and the willingness I have to do things and do them right, to succeed. I love my job, and I love what I do.
You know, I've learned a lot since I've enlisted. I've learned a lot about myself and the dedication that it takes to do what we do. Also, my family, you know, having to get adjusted to their daughter and, you know, granddaughter, niece, and sister moving away. It takes a lot, and it's hard. I miss my family a lot. And our country, I do what I do for a reason, and I wouldn't change it at all.
As far as my family, they're everything to me. They've always supported me in everything I do. Support is what keeps me going. The love that my family has for me keeps me going.
If I could give a message to the veterans today at the service, first of all, Papa Earl, he served in World War II in the Philippines. He's my great-grandfather, and I'm sure he's present today at the ceremony. And just want to say thank you to him. And then the rest of you veterans, y'all are so underappreciated in today's world. But you're the reason why we have the freedoms that we still have today. And us military, we know that we have big shoes to fill because of you. So thank you for the sacrifices that you made. And I really appreciate it. And the rest of the military, I can speak for them as well. We all appreciate what you've done. So thank y'all. Really appreciate it.
And to the veterans, I thank you for your service to our country. My appreciation for you is truly ineffable. You are my inspiration to keep doing what I do every single day, because you have shown our country a great love like no other. And, you know, freedom isn't free. It's an honor to fill your boots, and I thank you for that. So God bless you.
I feel that every veteran should hold their head up high, knowing that because of their service and sacrifice, people such as myself can put on this uniform every day and wear it with pride.
To the veterans, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all you've done to pave the way for me and my generation to come in and join the service and hopefully do as good of a job that you have.
My message to veterans, starting off with our World War II veterans. Number one, y'all are the greatest generation. Hands down, the axis of evil were literally going to take over the world, and you stopped them dead in your tracks. I recently got to go to Europe and see a little bit of the grounds in Germany that you guys were fighting in, and my God, you know, it's a complete different experience than I myself has had, and I imagine that Korea and Vietnam vets have had. Hats off to you. You literally saved the world. To my Korean and Vietnam veterans, you guys came home to a complete different situation than I have or the World War II guys did. Thank you so much for serving your country, even though the political landscape in the United States at the time wasn't the same that the World War II guys had. on top of that, it was a really, really hard fought battle in the jungles. That's just a new type, a different type of warfare, and it's a different fight. Again, thank you so much for your service, and hats off to you. To the Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom veterans that served alongside me for the last, since 2001. Thanks for keeping it up. It's covered such a big generation that the guys that went in at first had a complete different mindset. 9/11 had just happened, and we were geared toward the war in Afghanistan, going out and taking out terrorist training camps, and then Operation Iraqi Freedom happened, and then we're invading Iraq. So you had to almost switch gears. So hats off to those gentlemen and ladies. Appreciate that service, especially if you were a part of Thunder Run. That actually is amazing, is being taught at West Point today. That was a brilliant maneuver. And then for the guys that just kept it up from 2006 on, which is really where my generation starts, there was some of the most challenging problem sets that we had, because you would be in a mountainous environment in Afghanistan, one deployment, and the next deployment you'd come home and you were running the cities of Iraq. It was two completely different fights going on, and there was so much expected of you to perform, but you guys still got it done. Being able to handle not only the Taliban, but so many other facets that were popping up throughout Iraq and Afghanistan during that time frame. And actually, we're still continuing that fight now that ISIS has rolled into it, and all the Iraq and Syria border. So again, keep pushing hard, and we will continue to defend this great nation.
And thank you to all who gave the ultimate sacrifice in their lives so that we can enjoy the freedom that we do today.
I've also gained a much bigger sense of pride in my country and what my fellow servicemen and women sacrifice daily in order to preserve our country's liberties.
For the veterans in house, keep doing what you're doing, guys. If you've served, I really appreciate you, the time and effort that you put in to this nation's great military services. And for those who are continuing to serve, thank you. We know you know the cause, and I know the cause, and we continue to fight for it every day. If I was there, I'd give you a hug and a handshake.
And to the Brownsboro High School students,
If I could leave the student body with any message, I would just like to say, amongst all the chaos and the noise that you see on the news and in the media on a daily basis, I just want you to know that there are a lot of people in this world, and there's still a lot of good in this world, if we choose to see it. It's a choice, and I know it's difficult at times, but we have to make that choice so that we can better the nation for generations to come. Definitely next time you're at Friday Night Lights, if you're in the stands or if you're on the field during the national anthem, take a moment, look around, and soak it all in, because those freedoms, they're not free, and we live in a great nation. I'm very thankful to be a part of it, and I hope that you are too.
Surround yourself with good moral friends and attach yourself to a great mentor. A mentor that's always going to be there for you and never lead you down a wrong path. I'm willing to bet if you look around in the room right now that you're in, there's probably several great mentors around you. They're your principals and your teachers. Every day, I feel that you should thank one of your teachers for what they do for you.
So, keep doing what you're doing. When I see videos of the Golden Girls and the football team and the band and the twirlers and cheerleaders and everybody else on there, I light up on Facebook pages because that's how I keep up. And, it's really awesome to see what all of you are doing, students, academics, all of that. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep going, The day you get to wear that cap and gown, it's awesome. So.
Okay. All right, guys. Just get involved, volunteer, take the time, and try to make a difference in your immediate area. Just do your best to make this a better place.
For those who are planning to join the military, take pride in your country and your decision to join, and do whatever it takes to reach your goals and your dreams. Thank you.
To the students, I want to say, I know you hear it a lot, but follow your dreams. Do whatever it is that you want to do and do your best at it. Whether it's going to college, joining the workforce, going to trade school, or joining the military, or whatever it is, just do your best and give it 100%, and you will see good success, and you will see what you need in life to further your education or your goals and make some money along the way.
The next generation coming up, we do it, and we hope that we are great role models for y'all. Maybe one day you'll think about joining the military, going to school to be a doctor, a teacher, who knows, whatever you'd want to be.
And also people such as you and other high school students sitting, across the world have the opportunity to one day don this uniform and serve the United States.
For the guys or people who are watching this, thank you for your support. If you see veterans anywhere, give them a hug, give them a handshake, because what we do isn't easy. We do this for y'all.
One last thank you before I end this to a great man and my personal friend, Mr. Jeff Doc Howard. Thank you so much for reaching out to me and veterans and showing your support to us and allowing me the opportunity to speak to your students today and hopefully impact them in a positive way. Thank you so much. God bless y'all.
Mr. Jones, Doc, thank y'all for this opportunity to get to speak in front of the student body and in front of the veterans and show my appreciation for what they did. Tori Lynn, I love you, and I hope that I can come home soon and see y'all.
Thanks for letting me talk to y'all today, and y'all have a good one.
As far as my country, go USA, I figured that I might do 20 years in the Navy. That's how much I like it.
Now, 14 years later, I can honestly say it's the greatest decision I've ever made in my life.
And I don't regret it at all.
But I give you one challenge today. Be who you want to be and do it right. Be great at it. Be great at whatever you want to do. All right?
I think that's all I got for you guys. God bless.
God bless Brownsboro, and God bless America.
Rangers lead the way. Alpha 01 out.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for this opportunity. You'll have a great Veterans Day.